Hey guys, it's Lauren LaRosa back again for another episode of Piece of the Pie. This is where we have real conversations with real people about why we, Black people, are not in a lot of these rooms where they are telling our stories, especially here in Hollywood. Now, today I have an on-camera personality here with me, Jawn Murray, and he is going to get into all things on camera, his life auditioning, and all that good stuff.
Lauren, it's great to be with you today. And to all the viewers, I'm Jawn Murray. I'm a TV host, pop culture commentator, and culture critic. I started as an entertainment journalist, also did syndicated radio, but I love TV, and I'm glad that we're going to talk a little bit about it today.
So tell me, what has been your experience in like auditioning and, just trying to build a name for yourself in television?
It's been interesting. I've been blessed to have some solid opportunities throughout my career. One of the things I realized, though, that throughout the course of the last few years, there were several network deals and several opportunities where things got really close, and then the representatives would have to come back to me and say they're not sure they can sell this show with a Black male talent, or they're not sure they can sell this show with two men. So they're going to sub out the Black male, which would have been me, with the Black female. And it was around that time that I started to realize that there are very limited opportunities for Black men in this business. And there are probably about 6 men in this business who dominate all the hosting opportunities. And most of them are either former athletes or comedians.
On the acting side too, there's not a lot of, like, you have your go-to Black leads in movies and series, like not even hosting.
Yeah, I started in this business wanting to be like the young Black Regis Philbin, the young Black Tom Bergeron. And I can't tell you that there's a Black equivalent to that right now. I can't even point to a Black equivalent of a Ryan Seacrest. I started going through one of the services that allow you to look at the rosters of most of the agents and who they represent in the business. And what I'm learning is most people who handle the host, or what we call the alternative division, very few Black men are on their roster unless they are former athletes or established stand-up comics. And so recently, a friend of mine sent a note to one of her agents saying, I really think you guys should bring him over to our team. I think he can use representation like I have. And they presented me before their team. And the first thing that her agent said was, he's incredible. His reel is amazing. Oh my God. But then the follow-up was, I couldn't get enough engagement to bring him in-house. That's translation for, we don't think we can find him a job. And the truth of the matter is, there aren't a lot of jobs for Black men out there.
Paint the picture for me of like what it's like being a Black man walking into a major network audition, or, walking into a major studio opportunity and then being told, don't know if we can do it with a Black guy, sorry.
I had a situation at a network where I was all but promised that I'd be joining an existing show as a regular panelist. And that summer, they decided to do some chemistry tests. And we were told that I would be testing with all the female candidates for the opportunity. At the 11th hour, they added someone that was in a boy band to the mix. And even though this particular person did not perform well, according to everybody in the chemistry test room, somebody called in a favor and that person got a job. And I was talking pretty good on that talk show, Lauren, but didn't get the opportunity. And so those are the things that we face sometimes.
I was told when I first moved to LA, first I had the whole, like, wear your hair like this, do that, do that. That was a whole conversation. The second conversation I had was, I was so excited about this agency. They were a huge agency. A friend had reached out to me. They took the meeting with me. And then I was told that they already had a Black female television host, and it would be a conflict of interest. AKA, it's already hard enough trying to get her jobs. So it would be a conflict of interest promoting another Black woman on our roster. And I just was like, wow, that's so messed up. So to hear that you had that same experience as a Black male, it's just like, I literally had the same experience, literally.
I think if this industry really wants to show that Black lives matter, they need to invest in the Black talent of tomorrow so that we can invest in our own communities. Give us a shot, give us a chance so that we can shine, and also normalize the images of Black men across this country so people get more comfortable interacting with us.
But how has the this new world that we're in right now made it better for you as a Black man on camera in Hollywood?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Lauren. I was very optimistic when I saw the racial reckoning happening in Hollywood, when I saw networks taking the shows with blackface off, getting rid of executives that may have said racially insensitive or been racist in their actions towards Black talent and things like that. I was really hoping that this was going to shift the paradigm. But I've been talking to some agents and some executives and some people in very private offline discussions that I really wanted to get a true temperature check of the industry to see How open are they? And to be honest with you, even in this moment, I still think a lot of what we're seeing from the networks are band-aids on bullet wounds. They say they like Black lives and support Black Lives Matter, and they give money to the NAACP and all of these organizations, but I still don't see that they trust the value in Black talent. It shouldn't always require our white allies to speak up on our behalf for Hollywood to realize the error of their ways and say, we need to diversify the opportunities for Black people. It's time for Hollywood to take a chance, watch our reels, sign us, and find and create opportunities for us. Because you'd be surprised just how well we translate in South Dakota and Iowa and Milwaukee and all these places they don't think people have Black people or want to see Black people on television.
I mean, and it's no shade to people who do get those jobs, but again, every Black man is not a former NFL player, an NBA player, a stand-up comedian, a DL Hughley or whatever, right? But those people are great. So for you,
and Lauren, just not to cut you off, but I'm glad that you said that, because here's the thing: we celebrate those who break through the barriers and who get the opportunities.
We have to.
I mean, I'm excited for the Kevin Harts and the Tiffany Haddishes and the Billy Porters, people who have put in 20 years in this business, and then all of a sudden they're deemed an overnight success because mainstream Hollywood pays attention. But while we celebrate them, what we're saying is expand your horizons. Don't wait until somebody has been 2 decades in the game and then all of a sudden you get it. Invest in the Ryan Seacrest, the Regis Philbin, the Tom Bergeron of tomorrow. If the presentation that you're putting forth isn't reflective of the diversity of America, you're doing something wrong and you need to do something right, which is work to fix it.
Amen. I think that's it. I think that's the tweet right there. Jawn Murray, I have enjoyed having this conversation with you. It's so crazy because I'm literally learning how similar our experiences are, but also how different they have been. And I hope that someone who doesn't look like us is also sitting here learning as well, and also understanding why that is important, because you can have maybe one Black host, to check off a metric, right? But that doesn't embody all Black voices and Black experiences. You could tell one type of Black story, but that doesn't embody all Black stories and Black experiences. So I think that, our conversation will really inspire an exec or whoever with a green light button to just include a lot more diversity, because that's what they want to do and they want to learn, and that's what they're interested in. And not just because a diversity and inclusion box told them they had to. I want to thank you for joining us today and just being you, and keep going. And I'm going to see you on that red carpet somewhere after COVID.
All I got for you is amen, because you just preached a sermon, my sister. You preached That's good.
So thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time here for Piece of the Pie.